A traffic incident in Bohol prompts the Transportation Department to take another look at policies on apprehending traffic violators. Here's that now viral video shot in Panglao, Bohol.
Adonai, komusyon. LTO versus
Mulai sa ligan mo kutsilyo mo? Barmer ko. Barmer? Iso? Barmer ko, sir. Tapos mo kutsilyo. Barmer ko, sir.
As per the investigation, LTO personnel were conducting anti-colorum operations when they chanced upon a drunk motorcycle driver identified as 57-year-old Erifredo Velasco. On him was a sickle, which the rider said was just a tool, him being a farmer. But the enforcers did not believe him and even threatened Velasco with it. The rider had to be taken to the hospital afterwards, sustaining injuries after being dragged on the ground.
Now, in the aftermath of the incident, the DOTR dismissed the LTO enforcers. Transportation Secretary Vince Dizon also raised the issue of giving too much discretion to traffic enforcers, noting that no rule should be a, quote, source of abuse.
Kahit na po totoo yun, na nakainom siya, kahit na po totoo na may hawak siyang patalim, wala pong mag-justify sa nakita nating dahas na ipinakita ng ating mga law enforcers. Hindi po natin pwedeng gamitin ang poder, ang otoridad, para po pahirapan ng mga kapwa natin Pilipino. Dapat ang poder, ang otoridad, iginagamit po natin para po protektahan sila at pagginhawain ang kanilang pang-araw-araw na pamumuhat. Hindi po para gipitin sila.
All right, to discuss this and other issues, you just listen to yourself speak. We have with us tonight the Secretary of the Department of Transportation himself, Vince Dizon. Secretary, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Yeah, you're hitting the ground running, but you have to put off fires as well, like this one.
Yes.
So, would you like to add to what you had just said earlier, how you would address this?
I think, first and foremost, I think our role as government workers is really encapsulated by what the President said sometime in January, where he says that, we are the people's servants and not their lords. No? Tayo yung mga nandyan para tumulong sa ating mga kababayan, hindi para maghari-harian at abusuhin sila. No? And I think the incident in Panglao, even if there was something illegal going on, even if the farmer Mang Bert was drunk, nakainom, o nakasakay sa isang unregistered motorcycle o colorum, whatever.
Sumobra.
I don't think any of that justifies the behavior that we have all witnessed. No? Especially from people who are given power and authority, like an LTO law enforcer. No? So I think talagang hindi pa pwede yun. No? And more than just the acts of dismissing them, for clearly for cause, I think we really have to look at the regulations in place right now, because maybe they are really a source of abuse. No?
So may review na
may review po.
magaganap.
We have assigned a new Assistant Secretary for Road, Assistant Secretary and former AFP Colonel Jojo Reyes. Siya din po yung pinadala namin nung Sabado para imbestigahan yung nangyari. And we have given him the authority to review the current policies and see if there are in fact some ways to improve it in order to avoid these situations in the future.
Pero si Mang Bert, nasa na po?
Si Mang Bert, alam ko po, nakalabas na sa aking impormasyon. Okay naman po ata siya, and I think ano po, no, this serves as a reminder really for everyone in government, especially those who have the power to enforce laws and to apprehend, no, na kailangan with the power, you know, you have to practice maximum tolerance, no? Kasi ikaw yung may poder.
Okay. So yung SAC LTO enforcers, walang trabaho. Sorry.
Yes, unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, it's not an easy decision to do, no, to make. No?
Okay.
I feel bad for them, but I think government needs to act swiftly, especially when things are this clear.
Parang ang dami mong kailangan gawin tapos nangyayari yung mga insidenteng to yung sa busway. Pero may good news ka about the busway.
Opo.
Sige. Yun na muna, let's move to some good news.
Yeah, last week po kasi inikot po namin ng team yung mga busway just to see what things we can, you know, improve on and just to improve even just a little bit the commuter experience, no. And napansin nga po namin unang-una may mga magagandang nandun, pero ang problema medyo hindi lahat gumagana, no? Ito po yung mga timer. Kasi napansin po namin na
So may timer na ngayon?
Opo, gumagana na po. I think ang report sa amin is 23 out of 30 something gumagana na.
If I
Napagana
may,
na po.
Meron naman talagang timer.
Yes.
Except yung walang sumusunod, yung iba hindi gumagana.
Yes.
Diba? Yun yung issue eh.
Yes. Kasi ulitin ko, no, ang purpose ng busways, kailangan tuloy-tuloy ang daloy ng mga bus. No?
It's the flow, right?
It's the flow. That's critical. And it has to be timed kasi ayaw natin yung
Masyadong matagal.
Natitenga dun sa...
Naantala yung
At
iba.
dahil nga doon, nakita namin, dahil rush hour kami pumunta, kapag may huminto doon ng 2 minutes, 3 minutes, syempre
Magpapile up.
magpapile up na yung ano. No?
So ano pang ibang good news?
So, ang maganda din, yung mga enforcers natin, nandun na, no? Yung ating mga ibang saik, imbes na rumoronda lahat sila, nagstasyon na tayo ng 2 kada stasyon. Isa para sa northbound, isa para sa southbound, para konting reminder lang po sa ating mga
Yung saik
bus
na yun,
drivers.
napaka-fearless. But I know maraming exciting developments sa EDSA. And as Cez always says, we like talking about EDSA here. Kasi parang it's a microcosm talaga of the country's problems, di ba? So yung tinutukoy na, pinag-uusapan natin last admin, and you were also part of the Duterte cabinet, was this bus rapid transit, which I think is also in the works sa Cebu. Right? The whole concept is medyo similar siya sa carousel, pero naka-timer yung mga door. Para kahit sa gusto, sa ayaw ng driver, bigla siyang magsasara after, let's say, 45 seconds or whatever time na is given to them. May ganun bang thing in the works for EDSA also?
Opo, I think that is the long-term plan for the busway carousel. No, na, alam naman natin yung kung saan nanggaling to, nung pandemic, di ba, nagawa ito dahil nga wala naman masyadong sasakyan noon and kailangan ng commuters, no, ng bagong lane para daanan, no, na smooth. So what we want to do here is in between now and next year, we want to improve it using government funds. No, may pera naman po ang DOTR. So improve natin yung stations, gagawin nating modelo po yung ginawa ng SM sa North EDSA at yung tinatapos nila ngayon sa Mega Mall. Magkakaroon ng mga dedicated, bawat busway stop magkakaroon ng dedicated na bridgeway o dadaanan ng mga ano. Kasi meron pong mga, I think, 4 na stasyon na shared ang entrance sa MRT.
Yes. And nakakalito siya.
Nakakalito.
I mean, if you're going to the MRT or to the busway.
Ako, nawala po ako. I didn't know where to go anymore, no, nung sa Ortigas. And apart from nakakalito, masikip. Kasi syempre,
Especially during rush hour.
absolutely.
Grabe yung pila.
Naiimbudo kasi, kasabay
Wow,
ng MRT.
sumasakay kayong dalawa?
Yes,
Dumadaan ako
we
every
try.
day. And to be honest, hindi ako sumasakay anymore. Dati sumasakay ako ng MRT, pero it's gotten so crowded na parang hindi na talaga siya convenient. And siguro, privilege na lang speaking, no, na pwede nga ganun. But, yun nga had I even wanted to take it, parang napaka-imposible. At sa agawan ko pa ng breathing space yung ibang tao na kailangan talaga sumakay. Minsan nagiging ganun yung mentality. But your first press con, no, kinuwento mo yung experience mo riding the busway at rush hour. And the other thing that you noticed was sobrang unfriendly talaga niya sa pedestrians.
Very, very unfriendly. Kaya, in fact, yung pong sa may Ortigas, no, bumaba kasi kami sa may Mega Mall, naglakad kami along that very narrow
May hagdan doon sa labas ng ADB, kailangan mo umilag ng gano'n.
Kailangan mong mag-sideways. Kasi hindi ka magkakasya. Kahit kayo po na...
Parang walang planning ang pagkagawa.
Napakapayat na
sexy
hindi
na.
magkakasya eh.
Kailangan
sideways. Lalo na pagka, obviously,
nagsalubong.
nagkakasalubong doon. So, kailangan po talagang maremedyohan. No? Kasi problema sa EDSA, ang sikip na eh. So, dikit-dikit na lahat. Nandun yung mga poste, nandun na yung MRT, nandun yung busway, nandun na lahat eh. So, kailangan kang talagang maghanap ng paraan para
In your opinion, madali ba yun? Low-hanging fruit ba yung Greenway, yung tinatawag na EDSA Greenway?
Yes.
Yung walkway?
I'm excited about that.
Super gusto yan.
Actually, yung Greenway, matagal na po yan eh. I think-
Naplano.
Naplano. Matagal na po yan. And funded
Baka
po
we
yan
can
ng...
show the video of,
Yes.
there's a blueprint, right?
Opo, meron po ba tayo nun? Maganda po yung
Okay.
blueprint na Pero ang plano na yan, matagal na. Ang pinlano niyan, ang nagplano niyan, ADB. No, so yung kanilang mga urban planners, matagal na nilang...
And that's what you see on the screen.
Yan,
Yeah,
no?
okay.
It's very similar to the ones you see in Ayala.
In Ortigas Center
Yes.
Oo,
and
no?
Legazpi Village.
And sa ibang bansa, sa Bangkok, sa Malaysia,
Sa Bangkok.
usong-uso yan. No? Hong Kong. And dapat hindi yan mahirap gawin. Kasi since naka-elevate siya, minimal yung right-of-way issue. Kasi poste, tapos meron kang
So bakit
mga
hindi
5
magawa?
meters. Medyo na-delay po siya dahil sa proseso sa gobyerno. Alam ko ito'y pinlano talagang i-implement nung mga nakaraang administrasyon. Pero yun nga, siguro hindi nabibigyan ng priority. Kasi obviously, it's not really
Hindi siya big ticket, kumbaga.
as big
Well,
ticket
you're
as
the
subway.
wonder boy, so
Hindi naman po.
no much is expected of you, Sec Vince, we have to say. So, kailangan mo
Nakakatakot po yan, ma'am. Kasi po, napakabigat po. Ang dami pong proyekto ng DOTR. No?
yeah.
So, kailangan po talaga ng maraming qualified
Pero
personnel
itong greenway na
implement all
to,
of this, no?
pwede nang isabay sa EDSA repair? Para
Actually, pwede po.
iisahang hirap
Pwede
na lang.
po. In fact, yung busway rehab, isasabay na rin po namin sa EDSA rehab ng DPWH. Yun po yung meeting namin nung mga nakaraang araw.
So may
May
coordination.
interagency,
Yes.
may interagency.
Kailangan po talaga magka-coordination kasi hindi po biro ang pag-rehab ng EDSA. And, it's the metropolis's main artery.
Okay.
So, kailangan po talaga planuhin ng mabuti.
But Secretary, that's actually my next question. No? The EDSA Rehabilitation Project, it's going to be the biggest project on EDSA after many, many years. And we were speaking to DPWH Director Lori Malaluan, and she said it's going to start before the end of the month. And it will start with the EDSA busway.
Yes.
May plano na ba doon, Secretary? I mean, how much congestion are you anticipating in EDSA? Considering it will be moved one lane at magiging shared lane daw yun.
To add to that, before you answer, Vince, no? So pag sinara yung bus lane, di ba, yung magiging bus lane, yung lane
The next.
immediately beside it. So mababawasan ng dalawang lane, actually, yung normal
I mean,
users.
I won't sugarcoat. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. But the plans po ng DPWH ni Secretary Manny and ng kanyang team, napakaganda po. In fact, they are not just going to do the usual reblock and fix yung mga sira nating mga lanes. Ia-asphalto po yan. There will be asphalt overlay. So you can just imagine, I can't remember the last time I had a very comfortable ride on EDSA.
Right.
But when Sec Manny and his team complete this entire rehab, which I think they can complete in, I would think within a year. At
Aspalto
matatapos
to?
yan.
Hindi ba
Aspalto.
magiging sensitive yung aspalto sa init, ulan na?
Depende sa aspalto. Kita po natin sa Japan, ang ganda ng aspalto. No? So, depende yan. So, and I'm sure Sec Manny will be using high-quality asphalt. Natatagal talaga. And
So is there a date na talaga?
wala pa pong akong nakuwang date.
Naiinip tayo
no?
sa date, ano?
Pero, I mean, we have to start somewhere. No? We have to start somewhere.
Ang sabi ni DPWH,
And,
NCR Director Malaluan.
matatapos din po yan. Tingin ko naman po, with Sec Manny's team, mabilis po yan matatapos.
Ang sabi niya kasi when we were asking her, dapat kasi March magsisimula di ba? Because you have just about a year until the target date.
ASEAN,
But
yeah.
But we pointed out na, March na, and parang wala pang, cones, wala pang staging area, wala pang nakikita nga
I
construction.
think kulang sa communication sa
Opo,
publiko.
tama po yun.
Diba?
In fact, isa po yan sa mga binring up namin na kailangan, apart from the well-coordinated plan.
Alam nyo na magiging maganda yun, wala kaming alam.
Pero dapat nga po, kailangan makommunicate siya ng mabuti. At kailangan makommunicate din sa mga motorista natin.
So,
Kung ano ang
longer
mangyayari.
drives also, di ba?
Pa-plan mo yung
absolutely.
alternate route.
At yung alternate routes.
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
On the part naman po of DOTR, ang naging kasunduan po namin, isasabayan namin. No? So, yung pong rehab ng mga stasyon, yung rehab ng mga barrier, yung rehab nung fencing, no? We're working now with MMDA para sabay-sabay na. No?
Okay.
Gagawin na rin lang, sabay-sabay na natin.